Hi, Preeta. Hi, Josephine.
Hello, Kavya. Hello, Preeta.
Hi, Kavya. Hi, Josephine.
So yesterday in WhatsApp group, I shared few incident descriptions. Did you create? And also, were you able to understand the requirement?
Yes, Kavya.
Okay, Josephine, what about you?
I did two only, Kavya.
Okay, but still you understood the requirement, right?
Yes.
Okay. So try to complete it because I'll give more incidents or stories regarding the same, assignment group and categories. So yeah, you will have to first work on this and then proceed with the next assignment activities. Okay. So today we'll continue with the ACLs. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, Kavya.
So and also today after class I want you to install one plugin. Okay. So for that, yesterday we searched for stories and it was not available, right? But now if I search, it's available because I installed a plugin. So for that, what you have to do is you have to go to filter, search for applications, and then under studio, all available applications, you have to click on all. Okay, so it will be under system applications, and under that we have all available applications, and you have to click on all. So once you click on that, you will see all the plugins which are installed or which are available for installation. Okay. So here I want you to search for agile development. Okay. So once you click on agile development, you will find these agile development, unified backlog, and 2.2, and all of these you will find. And for one, you will have like this one, agile development, and there will be three applications. Okay, three matching apps, three. So all these three you have to install. I mean, just click on install for this. So say for example, here you will see this install button, just click on that. And also you will have once you click on that, you will also have an option to select the demo data, to load the demo data. For example, I'm just installing this one. Okay, I'll just click on install. Okay, this one did not have any demo data, I guess. Let's see. So usually when you install any plugins, it will also give you an option to load the demo data. So demo data is nothing but for few tables, you can see there are already data existing in the table, right? Like say, for example, incident or user table, there are already records which are present in that table. So those are the demo data. So if you don't select that, when you open that table, the data will be empty. Okay, so under that you will not see, under those tables you will not see any records. So make sure you select the demo data, and once you have installed, just like it will take few minutes, and just close that. And after that, once you refresh the page, you should be able to see agile development in your filter navigator. Okay, so here now I can see the agile development. And here, for now, you have to learn to create stories. Okay, so stories are nothing but, as I said, it is something which is used to track all the requirements. Okay, we have stories, and similarly, we have projects also. Let's see if I have project label. Okay, so project also we have another plugin, I guess. I just check which one is that and we'll install that as well. So for now, you can open the stories, and here you can refer to all the existing stories. Okay, so here This story short description says need access to common drive. Similarly, there are other stories also. You scroll down. User criteria. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, there is nothing much here. Okay. So say for example, I want to create a new table, right, in ServiceNow. That is the requirement I get from a requester. So what I'll do is to track that, we'll not create an incident. Instead, we'll create a story. Okay, so this will be, I mean, once I create new, the story number will be auto-filled, and then I'll give the description. So create a new table called bedrock instance. Okay, so this is the short description. So you can also create the same story with the same description. And then for product, so this product, release, assignment group, all these are used to categorize the stories, because like there are multiple groups which will be working on stories, right? So you want to be able to categorize the stories on which you are working, and which are created for a specific product. So all of that you can categorize like this, like by filling these. So product, I'll select product. Let's see, we have only software. Okay, I'll create a new product model called ServiceNow. So this is the application. ServiceNow. So you can also create a product like this, or you can create something called as Bedrock also. Okay. So it's just the project name, okay? Don't worry, it's just a project name. Like similarly, I'll give you some other project names. I mean, some other in other requirements also you'll find names like this. So for now, we have selected the Bedrock because this is related to Bedrock table as a Bedrock product. And then we have assignment group. So since you're working, I told you to create a new group called ServiceNow support, right? ServiceNow support or ServiceNow development. So you can create one called as ServiceNow development. You can track all the stories for ServiceNow development assignment group and all the incidents for ServiceNow support assignment. Okay, you can create those two assignment groups to track all the and also add yourself to both the assignment groups. So when you're working on an incident, you can assign it to support. When you're working on stories, you can assign it to development. So here I'll create a new group. Okay. Maybe I'll create a new group from here. Okay, we'll do that later. So you understood, right? Like it is supposed to be ServiceNow development group. And then you can assign it to yourself. And we have description. So description will also be the same as short description. Or if you want to elaborate it to something, you can do that also. Like if the requirement is a bit elaborate, you can mention all of that in description. So acceptance criteria means once the story is completed, what is the output of this story? That would be the acceptance criteria. Okay. So here the output of the story is new table called incident table will have all the things similar to incident table. Okay, so this is the acceptance criteria. So whenever you are creating a story, these are the important points like your short description, and also the acceptance criteria. Okay, so acceptance criteria is the outcome of the story. Okay, what the user will see once the story is completed, that will be the acceptance criteria. And then you have points. So points is how much effort is required for you to complete this story. Okay, so say for example, we will consider 1 point as 1 day. So you can take up to 5 days. So there are 5 days in a week, right? So what you will do is you can give the points from 1 to 5. And if you give 1 point, that means you are, you have agreed that this story can be completed in 1 day and you have to work and finish it in 1 day. Okay, so similarly, if you put the points as 2, that means you need 2 days of effort to complete this story. And similarly, 3 points, 4 points, and 5 points. If it takes more than 5 points, what you can do is you can create multiple stories also for the same requirement. So say for example, here the it's just create new bedrock incident table, right? So let's say you need some 5 points for this. Okay, so you won't really need 5 points, but still I'm just giving an example. You need 5 points, and also you need another 2 days of effort to make these like this table should have fields similar to incident table, and also they require some additional fields also. So in that case, you need another 2 days of effort. So what you will do, you will split the requirement into 2 stories. So as part of one story, you will create a table, and as part of another story, you will create the new fields on that table. Okay, so that is how you split the stories if the points are more. So make sure your points are not like more than 5 or something. Okay. So that like for 1 week's effort should be tracked in one story, and more than a week's effort, you can track them in multiple stories. So that is about the points. And then we have theme, epic, and these are all used for the same like categorization. Okay. So you can see you can create different themes here. Okay, so this is here in the theme, it says improve usability. So say for example, if as part of this story, you are improving the usability, then you will select this as theme. And then if it is enhancing the performance, you'll select these. And table stakes and new shiny things. So this is actually new shiny things because we are creating something new, right? And it's not like these are the only 4 themes which are available in Servicenow and you have to memorize these 4 themes. It's not like that. This is the out of box available themes. You can also create new theme here. So say for example, your theme can be like you can create a new theme called Bedrock also. You can create a new theme called ServiceNow portal also, or you can create a new theme called end user devices or anything. It can be anything, okay? Or incident management. So this is related to incidents, right? So incident management can also be a new theme. So you can create like that also. So it depends actually. It is theme is nothing but something which is used to categorize the story. That's all. Like for that particular theme, how many stories have you worked on, or how many stories have your team worked on? It's just that. Okay, you don't have to memorize these themes names. It's not like these are the only 4 types of themes. Not like that. So here we will create new themes called incident management. Okay. And then short description also, I'll copy paste the same thing. Okay, so this is my theme. And then we have epic. So if I search for epic, okay, we don't have anything here. So epic also is the same thing. If I go to create new epic, okay, why is it read only? Okay, so again, epic is also same thing, similar to how you can categorize your story. Okay, so I'll share all the definitions of themes, epics, and everything over WhatsApp. And I remember I told you that I'll also share document, right? Just give me a minute before I forget. Let me check. So as part of your assignment, you have to create a new theme called incident management. That will be your incident. Okay, so everything you do in ServiceNow, okay, even a minor change, a minor enhancement, like even a field change, like you're moving some field from here to here, everything should be tracked. Okay, it should be either tracked as an incident or tracked as a story. So here I want you to create a new theme called incident management. So for that, to track this, what you will do, you will create an incident. Create an incident. New theme incident management, and then create new product. So this is also incident. Okay, these are all minor things, no, which you can do within few minutes. So all of those can be tracked as a incident. Okay, create new product.
Kavya,
Yes,
tracking all this in an incident or a story?
incident. These because see, first of all, you have to create story, but in story you have to fill in these details, right? The theme
Yes.
should be incident management. So for this
Mhm.
also you are creating these. You have to create. You are creating a new theme. You are creating a new product. So
Mhm.
creating each of these will be tracked as a separate incident. Okay. Did you get my point?
No, we are doing some development thing, right? Adding a theme and adding a new product. All these are something development, right? So it should be captured under story, right?
Yeah, but these are all like it's just creating a new record, right? As part of theme, like something which you can do in like few minutes. It does not involve any coding. Okay, such things can be done as part of incident also. So if you are, you can do it as part of story also. You can do it
Mhm.
as part of incident also. But just make sure you have created some task to track this. Okay, that's all.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, since
Okay.
since these are minor
Mhm.
minor records you're creating, I just told you to create incidents. You can do
Okay.
it as part of story also, no problem. But again, if you're doing it as part of story, you have to select something as theme here, right? Again, you have to select something as product. What will you
Got
select
it.
there?
Yeah. Mhm.
So that is why I told you to create incident first to create all these things, and then
Mhm.
once you have these
Things
options,
ready, we can get story. Yeah, okay. Got you.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just checking the document. Yeah, so everything is in my work laptop in the cloud. I just tried to share it with my Gmail yesterday. I have not received it. Maybe because it has attachment, the email is not being sent to my personal email ID. I'll figure out something else. Figure out a way to share these documents. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, there is no option for me to share these documents, I feel. Let's see if I can find something else. I'll try to share it with you by end of the day or tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. So then we were discussing about points, and then we have release and sprint also. So if I go to sprint, okay. So these are the sprints which are already present, right? Let's create new sprint. Okay. So sprint is usually in your when you join an organization, there will be financial quarters, right? So it can be either Q1 and Q2, or it can be Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So these quarters are like it's just the year divided into 4 quarters, or two quarters. Like it's just 6 months is equal to 1 quarter, like that. Or it can be, it is usually 4 quarters. That is 4 months is equal to 1 quarter. Okay, so that will be your quarter. So what you will do is usually the release will be the quarter. Okay, so here if I go to release, I create new. Okay, so release will usually be the quarter. I'll give the short description as Q1, Q1 2023. So usually the quarter starts by the end of the year, like November onwards or December first week onwards, the first quarter starts. Okay, so the next financial year is 2023. So our quarter will be Q1 2023. So make sure you create a new quarter also, sorry, new release also with the short description as Q1 2023. Okay, so this will be our quarter, and then the plan start date. So let's take it from December 1st, or yeah, November 28th. Okay, and then it will go up to 4 months, March 28th. Okay, or March 2nd. Okay, so this will be our quarter. This is our end date. This is our start date. Okay, our quarter Q1 2023 is starting from November 28th and then ending on April 2nd. This is something which I gave. Okay, it can be different also. I'm just saying, like, for example, let's follow this quarter. Okay, this is our Q1 2023. So you have to create a new Scrum release. So this also you will do it as part of the incident. Date is 28th November. Okay, so create these, and then okay, assigned to can be empty. So let's submit this one. And also you saw something called as release capacity. Okay, did we? No. So if I open this record, there is also something called as release capacity, right? So release capacity means by the end of this quarter, how many stories or how many points can you complete? Okay, so as part of this Scrum release, so here you can see stories. So every story you add, so I'll just save this. if I save this record, I can see this story under this release. Okay, so similarly, all the stories which are which were created as part of this release, I mean, which were created in Q1 during this time, will come under here, okay, in the story related list. And then you will have different points, right? Like for one story, the point is say 1 point, and similarly for other stories, it will be 3 points or 5 points. So totally how much are the committed points, that will be here. And then release capacity is by the end of the quarter or the Scrum release, how much were you able to complete? So though these many stories are assigned to this particular quarter, it's not like you will be able to complete all of this, right? Like it is not just you, it is all of your team members who are working on different stories, and all of them will come under here. Each of them will have different points, and maybe say for example by the end of the release there are few stories which are still not completed. Okay, so then it will be different, right? The release capacity will be different compared to the committed points. So that will be your release capacity. So did you understand whatever I'm saying? If you don't understand, if you get confused somewhere, you can just stop me and we can go through it again. So once you have created the Scrum release, so this is currently we are in current sprint, right? This is our current release. So I'll just say make it as current and I'll save this. Okay. And similarly, you can create 3 more Scrum releases, and it can be Q2 2023 and Q3 2023 and Q4 2023. And they can have the planned start date and end date for next 4 months each. Okay. And then the state for them will be draft or planning, but not current. Okay. Because current is the current release which we are in. Okay. So create 4 more releases also, 3 more releases. Oops. You can do it all this as part of one story, or if you want, you can create multiple. Do it as part of one incident, or you can create multiple incidents and make these changes. Okay, anything is fine. So now we have the Scrum release. So we'll go to sprint. So sprint is again, this is also like how we discussed about the release, right? Q1, Q2, Q3. So similarly, in Q1, we will have multiple sprints. Okay, so Q1 has 4 months. So in these 4 months, let's say 1 month is equal to 1 sprint. It can be divided however you want. Okay, so usually the sprint which the sprint which is followed is 3 weeks is equal to 1 sprint. Okay, that is the followed time duration. But it can be different also depending on your organization. So for this also you will have planned start date and end date. So we'll create new sprint. See, again, we have planned start date, end date. So you can create one sprint which starts from November 28. So that was the start of the release, right? So create that one, November 28th, and then 3 weeks, 1, 2, and then this is the end of the sprint, right? 11th. Okay. So, this is the planned end date, and then November 28 is the start date. Okay, so now group capacity points. Again, this means per sprint, how many points can you commit? So say, for example, there are 5 people in your team, and then each like 1 day effort is equal to 1 point, right? So for 4 weeks, how many points can a person do? 5 like in a week he can do 5 points. So for 4 weeks he can do 20 points. So if there are 5 people, then all of them put together will be 100 points. Okay, so that will be the group capacity. Okay, and then the short description will be sprint And here in description, you can give more. Okay, so this is the past date, right? You see it ended 11 days ago. So I'll just make the state as complete. Okay, we want to assign. I think I don't have the required role to edit these. I need Scrum admin to. Okay, so you can take the roles. Let me go first to sprint. Sprint is not visible here. Okay, right axis. Okay, Scrum admin. So if you don't have required rules, you can come to ACL and just check with the table name. Okay, every ACL name starts with the table name. Okay, so our table name for sprint is RM underscore sprint. So it should start with RM underscore sprint. And then if you have dot something, so that is usually the field name. So here dot release means in the sprint, there is a field called release, that is dot release. And similarly, dot team points means the field called dot team points. Sorry, field called team points. Okay, so the one without anything like any extension, that is that provides you the access to all the fields. Okay, so that was Scrum admin. So I'll go and add Scrum admin role to my user profile. Are you following whatever I'm explaining? Do you think I'm going a little bit fast or something?
No, Kavi.
Okay, Josephine, what about you?
I think you are a little bit fast, Kavya.
Okay. Maybe once I provide the document, you will understand better. Okay, so I'll provide the document. I'll share it. I'll share it soon after the class. Okay, just drop your email IDs. Both of you drop your email IDs in the chat for me. Okay. And then yeah, once you provide your email IDs, I'll share the document related to the sprint and everything over there, and you can refer those definitions. Maybe you will understand better once you have referred them, and then after I explain, you will understand it better. Okay. So now I have added the role myself. Let's refresh. Still not visible. What did I search? What am I sprint? Okay, where is the assignment book here? Let's see. Sprint 1. And then plan start date and end date. Okay, 20 days. And same will be the actual start date and end date. So actual, like when you're already planning, right? Like usually what these project managers do is they'll already plan the sprint in advance. So that will be their planned start date and end date. So say for example, for some reason, if it is a little bit delayed, right? Then the actual start date and end date will be different. So that is why we have both the fields. But usually it does not happen. It will be same. We will save this. Okay, why am I not able to see? Mm, maybe I did something yesterday, I'm not sure. You also try to create, when you try to create also, if it is showing similar error for you, let me just log out and log in. So usually when you give the role, no? So what you will do is you will also log out and log in if the access is still not working. Because then it will end the previous session and it will create a new session for you, right? So that might enable the new roles for you. Try to edit security events. Okay, maybe I require some role for this. So for that, I have to check again all the ACLs. Let's try with security admin. I think I was working on ACL yesterday. Maybe that's why I must have removed some ACL. I mean, made some changes in some ACL. That is why it's not working. So if you also face similar issue, let me know tomorrow. Okay, so then we can figure out what is the issue. Meanwhile, after the class, I'll work on this. So now we will, so far you understood, right? You have to create the release, epic, product, and then sprint also. So you understood what is a sprint, what is a release and everything. If you have not understood, we'll work on more examples tomorrow. Okay. So if you have already understood, you can try the assignment task which I just gave you. And also drop me your email ID over chat. Yeah, can you drop me your email ID, please? Both of you. We'll go to ACLs now. Since we have newly imported these release and story table, we'll work on those ACLs because other tables I think I might have made some changes. So here we have release Scrum. So this is the read ACL we have for release table, right? We'll do show matching. Okay, so there are so many. Okay, so this is the read ACL, and for this user will need SN underscore release underscore read role. Okay, so whenever you create a new ACL, how do you create? You just go here, click on new ACL, and then type is either record, like it is usually record. Other things we will use only during integration, and UI page and everything we will use it for portal. So it is basically record all the time. Okay. So then we have operations. So operation is create, gives them the like makes the new button visible for them, and also gives access to create new record. Like when they open the new record, they'll see all the fields as editable. Okay, so that is the create operation. And then delete gives them the access to delete button. So if they don't have delete, which is required for delete ACL, then they'll not see the delete button. Okay, so here for this one, I can see this delete button, right? If I don't have the delete ACL, if the roles I have does not satisfy the delete ACL, then I'll not see this button. Okay, so that is about delete ACL, delete operation. And then we have write and read. So read again, yesterday I think I showed you, if you don't have read access, then it will not show any of the fields. It will just hide all the fields, right? So we'll go here again. Okay, so here we have two read ACLs. We'll go and check these. It requires release user and release admin roles. So for this, we require release read. So if there are multiple ACLs like this, then at least one of these roles should be, the user should have at least one of these roles, okay? Like they should pass at least one of these two ACLs. So if they have SN release read, that means even if they don't have these two roles, they'll still be able to read the records, release records. Okay, we'll open the release table, rm underscore release. So this is the release table. So we'll go to some user record who is not having any roles. Okay, I think this user. Let's see. Okay, he is not having these roles. Okay, he has only Scrum user. Okay, fine. I'll impersonate as this user. Okay. See, he is not able to read any of the feeds. Any of the records, right? It doesn't show anything because he's not having access. That is why. But still it shows like this, right? It shows the name, that's all. Why does it show only the name? Because he has Scrum user role, and Scrum user roles provides him access to the story table. And in story, we have release field, correct? We have release field in the story table. and in that field he can see the field value, right? That is why you can only see the name of the release here. Did you understand what I'm saying? So here, let's go to all. We'll search for story. Yeah, see, he has access to stories. So here, if we open any story, here this has the release already, right? So he can view this story and he can view that there is a release called as Q1 2023. So that's why here it is showing like this. Okay, like he can only see the release name. Okay, nothing else. So suppose he's not having the Scrum user role also, then he'll not be able to view the story. In that case, he'll not be able to view this field also, right? Then it will show security constraint, that kind of message. We'll try that also. Let me end impersonation. We'll remove the Scrum user role for him. So he only has ITIL role and not Scrum user role. So now we'll impersonate him. So now let's see whether he has access to stories. Okay, see, he's not able to view stories. So now we will refresh releases. See, now we are seeing this one, number of rows removed from this list by security constraint. So you understood the difference between both the releases, right? So if he is having, I mean, maybe this, yeah, as I showed you, like this release was a field on story table and he had read access to story table. So there he was able to view the release name. So that's why before when we refreshed, it was showing the records. It just showed only the release names, and apart from that, no other details were visible. So now he's not having access to both story table and release table. So that's why he's seeing this message. Okay, so when you are trying to impersonate some user and then you see, I mean, when you come across that page and this page, you know what is the difference, right? If you're not understanding, you can just tell me. Okay, so now we'll go to other ACLs for the same release table. Okay, so now we have write and create. So you know, create gives the option to new record, whereas write gives the option to existing edit existing record. Okay, so we'll go and see what is the role required for this. Okay, so to create, they need RM release admin role. Okay, so we will to read what was the role required to read. To read, it is SNC release read. So what we'll do is we'll give read access to this user. So I'm giving read access, but he is not having the create access. We'll impersonate him and see. Okay. Still not having. Okay, so now he has read access. So you see that he's not seeing that new button here, right? So he's not able to create. He can't create any new record. So here also he is only having read access, not edit access. Okay, all the fields are read only. So what we'll do is we'll give him the edit access also this time. UCL. So once you create the new table as per the assignment, right, you can create new ACLs for those tables, and then maybe you will have better idea about the ACLs, because these are all out of the box ACLs. Usually will not touch out of the box ACLs. Okay, only the ones which are customized, that only will modify, because these have many more interrelations, right? So if you have to modify these ACLs, you have to debug a lot. So we'll go to ACL here. Okay, so we gave him the read access. So we have not yet given the create access, right? Create or write also. So now what we'll do, we'll not give create, but we'll only give the write access. Let's see what is required for write. Okay, it is release admin. And what is required for create? For that also, I think it is release admin. Yeah, for this also it is release admin. What we'll do is we'll modify the ACL, okay? Because I want you to understand the difference between release and write. Sorry, create and write. Update. So this is the write ACL. I'll remove this role. I'll give new role. Okay. So I'll give release user role, and then I'll remove this release admin. Okay. So now what does it say? If the user has rm release user role, then they'll have edit access to the release table. Okay. So we'll only give this release user, and for create, what is the role required? It is release admin. So our user is not having release admin. We'll only give them the release user role, and we'll see how it works. Did I save this record? Release user. So now this user should have edit access to the release field, sorry, release table, but still not create access. Okay, so all of these were read only. Let's refresh. Why is this still- Okay, I think for each of these fields also we have other ACLs. Let's check those. Are you getting confused the way I'm explaining? Let's go release. So here, ACL. Okay, See, we have these many right ACLs, so that is why maybe the roles required here are not satisfied. I'll just make all of these false. Because I'm modifying the existing ACL, you might get confused. Okay, but once you work on new ACLs, you will, you will find it easier. So that's why when you create a new table called bedrock incident, also check the ACLs for that particular table and modify those ACLs. Okay. Okay, I made it false. So now it should work fine. Let's see. Let me check once. The last one. Okay, so this is the only ACL which is active. We have release user role for this, and this should provide edit access to the user. Okay, so you can see for most of the fields, he has edit access now, right? So because he has the role which is required to edit this record. So, but still the new button is not visible. Okay, so we'll give him the access for new also. Create ACL also. Make all of these active again. Each time you do, you have to elevate your role, otherwise you won't be able to edit the ACLs. Okay, let's try it. Say not updated. No. So now we'll give him the create access. So to create, what role is required? Release admin. And I think for delete also, it is release admin. Yeah, release admin. So now if I give him release admin role, he should be able to delete the record as well as create new record. So here, see, this is the page when I impersonated him, right? He was not able to see the delete option here. And also here, he was not able to see the new button. So now we will give him that access. What is that role again? Release admin. So there could be few, when you create any custom table, there could be few tables which are very confidential and which are to be used only by certain groups. Okay. So such tables, not all users should have read access or write access to those tables, right? In that case, you will create ACLs for them and you will provide the specific rules for the particular assignment groups only so that only they'll be able to view or write those records. So delete option you will not give to anybody. Only the admins will have delete options. Okay. So we gave that role to that user. So now if I impersonate him, I should be able to see the create button as well as the delete button. Okay, I still don't see the delete button. Maybe it's- What's wrong? Why did this become read-only? I'm basically troubleshooting here, okay? So don't worry, don't think that this is very difficult and all. As I said, once you create, so once you create new table, you work on those ACLs, you'll find it easy. You'll understand it better. Yeah, he has rules. Let me do. Okay, release Scrum admin. Oh, because I made all the other ACLs active. Okay, let's see now. This is very strange. This phase admin will give him all these rules. Are you getting confused actually? Rita and Josephine, are you there?
Yeah, Kavya.
Are you getting confused?
Not like that. Actually, only when we do, we'll get more.
Yeah. So this when you have to edit the existing ones, right? Like there will be lot of mappings
I
there.
know. That
Yeah.
is the problem.
Yeah,
If
that
we-
is the problem.
Yeah.
So don't worry. You create new table today, right? Like you create new table, you work on that. Then I'll give tasks related to ACLs, and maybe then you will understand better. And if there is still any trouble, we'll come back to this topic and we'll work on that. Okay. So meanwhile, I'll also create new table in my instance, and then we'll work on that. Okay. So for today, you can complete those tasks which I gave you, and your email IDs. Okay. Let me just note down this somewhere. Okay, fine. So the reason I also told you to create stories is because any enhancement we track as part of stories. So now onwards, whatever you will be working, right, that will be more of an enhancement. So I like when you work on your assignments, I also want you to parallelly follow the Scrum process and everything, so that you will get the real time experience. So that is why I told you to create all these things. So do all of these, and the new stories, whatever I give, assign it to current sprint and current release, and then work on those so that you will get a habit of it. Okay. Okay, fine then. We'll meet again tomorrow. Try to complete the assignments, whatever I have given so far by tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Kavya. Thanks, Kavya. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye, Josephine.
Bye, Kavya. Bye, Peter.